Hello friends, this is Nikki Schumacher. Welcome to my channel. Please hit subscribe if you are interested in mommy videos, homemaking videos. I also might do some faith-based videos or anything that my subscribers ask for. Reality is if my kids aren't in the videos, then I don't probably have time to make videos. So this is my airlet. Say hi. The title of today's video is Tips for Living on One Income.
Tips for living on one income.
Number one, a huge impact that can save you a ton of money if you are living on one income is to just have one car. And actually that saves you not just on not purchasing the car, it saves gas, it saves insurance. I find that if I'm not going places, I'm also not spending money. And there are plenty of wonderful places to go that are walking distance from my house. And I can also drive my husband to work if I really, really want to do something. How I do that is I order my groceries online. Number two is this is probably the most important one, is to remember the why. I absolutely believe that if you have to work outside the home, that your children will be fine. But I know that if you're wanting to be a stay-at-home mother or you are wanting to stay with your children, you have a deep desire to teach them all that you can and to be the one that raises them as much as you can. So just remember that why anytime you are frustrated with, oh gosh, the sacrifices that you have to make in order to make it work. Number three, I had alluded to this earlier, but it is to order your groceries online. That actually saves me a ton of money, and because I don't have to have a car. We lived somewhere more rural with my first baby, and so this wasn't an option. We actually did grocery shopping on my husband's day off, which wasn't fun. There are two services around here. We have Albertsons.com, which delivers, and we don't use them as often because their groceries are a little bit more expensive. But like I said, I have crunched the numbers and I still saved money using them. Because when you're going to the store all the time, you tend to spend more than if you just order your groceries online from a list. And then the service we really, really like is Walmart.com. I put those orders in on online, and and my husband is able to swing by after work and pick them up. He doesn't even have to get out of his car, not having to waste our family time going to the grocery store. Number four is to budget. We are big Dave Ramsey fans. You must have a budget. If you don't know how to do that, check out Dave Ramsey. He has a website. I think it's daveramsey.com, or you can just Google it. And they have classes there's a class called Financial Peace University that I believe everyone should take. I will have my junior high or high schoolers take it even. You don't have to take the class if you don't want to. I highly recommend it because a couple or individual on average moves forward about $8,000, I believe, if they take that class. They move $8,000 forward in about 8 weeks of taking the class. So that is that's your money's worth right there. But he has a free template for a budget if you don't know how to budget. Number five is a meal plan, and I used to make my own meal plans, but now there are so many free ones online. I love workingathomeschool.com. That is run by Jen Mason, and I also love Darcy's Dishes at Blogspot. I will link those in the comments below. Those meal plans are awesome, and honestly, I just use theirs a lot. I steal their grocery lists and their meal plans, and I just order those online. That saves us a ton of money. Number six is live small. We at one time had our two children in an 800 square foot apartment, and they did not care. We just went outside to play. Aw, are you okay? Are we gonna need to pause it? Hi, there's a change of camera lens because I'm nursing. We even had our parents living with us there at one time. So that was 4 adults and 2 children. So it was like 6 people in 800 square feet. When my parents were having a little bit of a financial hardship, they stayed with us for a few weeks, and you know what? We survived. I don't recommend 4 adults living in 800 square feet as a permanent thing, but you can do a lot. You can do a lot of things that you don't think you can do. So now we have upgraded to 1,000 square feet, and we are a family of 4, and that is, we find plenty of room, and we would rather have mommy home than have a big house. And that is just our priority. If your priority is different, that's totally fine. There's different things that different families need to prioritize. Angle change again, had to switch sides for the nursing. Thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. Number 7 is hand-me-downs. If someone was willing to give me a hand-me-down for my children, I didn't mind if it wasn't like the style that I wanted, because my children didn't care. They just cared that, you know, they had appropriate clothes on for the weather. I only purchased the things that I couldn't get hand-me-downs or that weren't gifted to us. Like, we are lucky enough, we are fortunate enough, I should say, that we have some family members that have been really great about gifting the children things for Christmas and birthdays that are actually really practical, like clothing. And that's another thing, is that when it comes to Christmas and birthdays, we do ask that our family be practical, because we don't actually have a lot of room for toys. My children do have toys, but we just don't have a lot of room for a lot of them. Number 8, that brings me to my next point. They don't need expensive toys. We spent, this Christmas, we bought Christmas presents for the first time for our 3-year-old, and we spent $8.99. Angle change again. Thank you guys for bearing with me. So they do not, or our children don't need expensive toys. In fact, a lot of times you buy them toys and they just want to play with the pots and pans in the pantry or a cardboard box. So we did buy our 3-year-old a gift this year for Christmas, now that she was old enough to understand. And we spent $8.99 on some My Little Ponies, and she is still thrilled with those. And we got this airlet. The airlet received breast milk for Christmas because she was 2 months old. The best toys are going outside, going to the library, checking out books. Obviously they have Legos and things like that, but you can go to thrift stores, and also hand-me-downs are great. Number 10, my tip for living on one income: don't live on one income. This is gonna sound crazy. You know, I have been home with my children since they were born, and we've actually not been on one income really ever. I would suggest that you figure out some ways that you can make money from home, whether that be taking in some babysitting, teaching some music lessons. What I did when my eldest was small is I called around to nursing homes and I asked if I could play piano, and I strapped her on my back and I played. And I also have taken in babysitting. There are a lot of great work at home companies. There are things that you can do. You can sell your stuff on like Facebook groups and things like that. And if you're a faith-based person, I encourage you to read the Proverbs 31. In Proverbs 31, we all talk about this woman, the Proverbs 31 woman, and she was so great. And I think maybe, you know, for a short time, if you're injured or there's definitely extenuating circumstances. So don't think that I'm judging you if you don't have any kind of income stream. But that Proverbs 31 woman, it really seems like most of her life, even when she has children, she's still working. She's just working for herself. She owns a clothing company, and it's very small and grassroots, but she builds it up, and she uses the profit from that to actually get into real estate. Not commercial real estate. She buys some real estate and then plants a vineyard on it. So if you know anything about vineyards, after a few years, those can bring quite a side income. And not even a side income, they can replace your income. That would be my biggest tip, is don't live on one income. Do anything you can do on the side to try to make money and to bless your family financially from home if you can. And it's an awesome thing to see your children notice mommy being a hard worker. So yeah, I would just encourage you if you don't have any marketable skills currently, start working on them right now. Just start working on those skills and make them marketable. and make some money. So I'm sure that I stepped on some toes there, and that was not my heart. I do know that there are different situations out there, but unless you're like injured, you've got to have some kind of marketable skills. I believe no matter how low your skill set is, you probably know how to babysit. And if you don't pass a background check for babysitting in your home, there's something you can do and something that your children can see you do. Learn to do something and market it. Hey, if you like this video, please hit subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you like the content. So those are my tips. Hopefully I didn't step on anyone's toes. Trust me, I know there are extenuating circumstances out there, and I never judge anyone for how they live their life, because I know the longer I live mine that there's always more to the story. Leave me a comment so I can get to know you. Please, if you have any tips, leave those in the comment section. And remember, you're good, you're precious, I love you. Peace, Grace.
Okay. We're wee all the way home.